Thank you, guys. Up next, it's the guy you hope to God your sister never meets, the football player.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Hannah. I hope you have a sister. So, I got into some good literature recently. I was just reading up on the biography of one of Milwaukee's most famous residents, Jeffrey Dahmer. And I was reading through the biography, and Jeffrey Dahmer, he killed 17 young men, and some were black, and some were Asian, and some were white. The big point I want to get across is that Jeffrey Dahmer was not a racist, everybody. Jeffrey Dahmer was an inclusive man. I don't think he gets nearly the credit he deserves. I think in these confusing times, we could use a lot more people like Jeff in this country. So, before Kenyon, I went to Catholic schools my entire life, and I was an altar boy. And no. I wasn't as handsome as the other boys in my class. This part of the story is true. Father Bob, who is the priest at our parish, when I was 13, was talking to my mother after Mass, and he actually said, you know, I actually could see that if Christian ever wanted to become a priest, I think he'd make a good one. You could believe that. And I think that's like a nice thing to say, but to me it's sounding like a priest just looked at a 13-year-old and said, you look like you won't mind being celibate forever. How about joining the cloth? So, I'm single right now. I am looking for a girlfriend. One of the things that I'm looking for, I really want a girl who has like really big tits. Only because it would make me feel less self-conscious about mine. I actually just recently got out of a bad relationship. My family and I really aren't on speaking terms at the moment. Little news from over the summer in Massachusetts. In the U.S., the first ever penile transplant was done. Yeah. I know, right? So, what happened was, a man had his dick removed because of penile cancer. And first off, where are all the 5K fundraisers for that disease? The NFL goes pink for an entire month, and I didn't know dick cancer existed until I heard about a guy getting his chopped off. I think we should have like ribbons for that, except let's curve just a little bit to the left. Just a little blue vein right on the top. So, he got a new dick, and it came from a cadaver. So, what I want to know is, like, did he get to look through, like, a catalog of dead dicks to get to decide which one he wanted? Like, oh, come to our showroom, we got a bunch on ice, like a bunch of boxes of popsicles. Here's some other news from over the summer. I swear to God I am not making this up. Canada has just pretty much made it legal to have oral sex with dogs. Here's the story. A man in Canada put peanut butter on his daughter's genitals and had the dogs lick them off. I am not joking, this actually happened. Criminal charges were brought up, and it went all the way to the Canadian Supreme Court. And the man claims he was trying to teach his daughters about sexual relations. And in a 7-1 decision, the Canadian Supreme Court upheld it. So one person was like, "Are we serious about this?" And 7 other judges were like, "Yep." Now, what I did not know that oral sex with canines was like a cultural thing in Canada, because that's the only way I can wrap my head around why they would uphold that decision. Like, a bunch of Canadians were like, "Us Canadians have been getting blown and blowing our dogs for generations. It is our heritage, and you cannot outlaw our culture, eh?" Okay, everybody, thank you so much. That's my time.